Alrighty, folks. Well, good evening, good morning, and good afternoon, and hello, and whatever time of day, night. Welcome to another session of our Dawn of the Dales. I'm your Dungeon Master, Dungeon Mister, joined by our marvelous players this evening.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Well, what else is marvelous is these maps. So if you like the maps, or at least the style of the maps that you see here, maybe try and go look at the Patreon. There's a lot of maps like this one available. Patreon.com/DungeonMister. But yeah, let's talk about what happened on the map before we get talking about what's going to happen on the map and beyond. Who knows? So yeah, last time the party was still continuing to explore the shadow-warped Harrow estate, uncovering more evidence of Gunther's desperate, incomplete ritual and the emotional anchors tied to the family's downfall. After navigating carnivorous plants, illusions, lingering echoes of the household staff, descended into the blood-soaked kitchen and cellar, where tentacles, shadows, strange pink-lit sconces hinted at planar bleed through, and the Dusk Lord's influence. The cellar revealed drained skeletons, illusions of tentacles, and haunting reflection of, within the cistern. All signs something feeding on life and memory within the house. Upstairs, the group found a study, full library. Arabella here uncovered a warm foxtail bookmark tied to a protective flora, an emotional magic book. Dacron discovered a hidden family portrait showing the Harrows, as well as an unknown young man, marked kind of in their colors, a little darker. This would seem to be Gunther, probably. Ghostly manifestations started to escalate, though. Shadow at a piano, laughter in the halls, hostile spirits that drained strength and forced a brief combat. The party survived and was quickly dealt with, but weakened and shaken, gathering several scrolls and clues pointing toward Gunther's guilt. Attempts at preservation, lingering presence of the children. We pressed onward, explored the eastern wing, finding possibly a servant's room or a guest room, uncertain, a garden shed, or a garden storeroom, and it finally stepped out onto the fog-shrouded courtyard, the elevated platform beneath the looming overgrown tree, vines and overgrown bits of flora, as well as glowing fungi. Across the way is a sealed vine-covered door hinted at deeper corruption still ahead. Misspelled Aaron again. Aaron expected to rejoin them next time, as he did catch up. And the group now stands at the threshold of the courtyard, hopefully ready to uncover the truths, the final truths, behind the Harrow family's fate. And that's where we're going to pick up. That's where you guys are. Aaron catches up to you guys as you are taking a gander at a garden book, and none of the plants you see match with the book that you are reading, Aaron. But you catch up nonetheless after hearing a scuffle about shadows or something.
You couldn't let me read a book for an hour in peace.
Glad to see you on your feet instead of your feet kicked up.
It was very cozy by that fire. It is not every day you can read by a ghostly flame. So, what have you discovered?
Try not to get too close to some of these spirits. I don't know what they did, but I feel weaker.
Yeah, and Aaron, you would notice both Erebus and Arabella both look pale, and their muscles seem thinner.
Be careful. You'll start to look like me.
He's weaker than you.
They found his study, or at least his desk. I found it. There was a whole library. I reckon you'd actually rather appreciate it. And there was a bookmark. It was of a foxtail.
Twin foxtail.
Yeah, a twin's foxtail, and I don't know, it felt protective. Yeah. Some sort of magic. Lord Harrow hoped that the Reynards?
Reynard, yeah.
Reynards?
Yeah.
Would protect the children. I don't think they did.
And have we discovered any other anchors? Or potential anchors?
I reckon the bookmark could be a potential anchor, but I don't think we've discovered anything else.
No. Did we
We're
find an
looking
anchor
for-
for a witness yet?
Witness.
We have a logbook from the servants. They
Yeah, that
seem
would
to
be
have
useful.
they seem to have witnessed quite a bit.
Well, that could definitely work.
It just depends on what we need, what we're anchoring to. I wish we knew what Gunther tried.
We'll figure that one out soon enough. We just gotta go across the courtyard here.
Yeah, so this is more of a raised, what do we call that?
A mezzanine?
Yeah, the mezzanine. Kind of like a balcony-ish between the courtyard and the actual exterior to the south. The actual courtyard is north of here, and there is fog to the south of you. And you can see inscribed no kind of marking of the crest of the family, which is of the Harrow family, which is to near almost dragon-like foxes, draconian foxes, like in a dance around each other.
There we go.
There we go.
All right, let's go. As Rallo's gonna step out.
Yeah, you step out as the wood kind of hear that creaks under the weight of your foot, as if no one has stepped here in ages. Hear the rustle of leaves underneath the wood as well. And I would say in the courtyard, you would notice the thing that sticks out the most is the massive tree that look sickly, but at the same time still growing. The glowing fungi, the overgrown vines, and then, of course, the actual, like, beds, the plant beds.
Move a bit so people can get behind him.
The only real light source out here is those glowing mushrooms. And Aaron's sword that he has out.
Look back. You two aren't coming?
Just I'm just taking up the rear, trying to make sure nothing like sneaks up behind us. And I'll look back towards Aaron.
As Aaron sneaks up behind you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have my rapier out, so I got the light.
Okay. Nice, cool kind of moonlight outside with the rapier kind of sheds.
Do the vines go all the way up to that door?
It is a vine-covered door, yes. Essentially, there are about, as I said, there's 4 things of interest that you see here. 5 if you include actually wanting to go outside, like, proper. There's the vine-covered door, the tree, the mushrooms, and the beds. Those are the things that you see of interest. You would also see around here, like, windows surrounding the entire interior courtyard as well.
No, the perimeter of the area is just like we can only see so far, and then kind of just become shadow in all directions.
Yeah, as you look out maybe about 15 or so feet away from the house, maybe I'll say 20, you start to see a thick blanket of fog. Dark fog. It has a little bit of a gray hue to it. Parts of it do kind of white swirls, but for the most part, dark gray and black and white. Very similar to your robe's coloration, minus the gold.
But how about like the sky? If we look up, is there any features?
If you look up at the sky, there are no stars, there is no sun, there is no moon. Just darkness. No features.
This really was like a prison.
But I sometimes get the feeling that there are things out in the fog that the fog is keeping away from us as well.
It's possible. I don't think any of us could go find out.
Oh, I do not want to.
Maybe even the fog itself is dangerous.
Yeah, let's not say we did. I think we should just try to get the vines off the door like we did the last time. Just burn it.
They're growing here for a reason. What are they trying to hide? As Gunther locked himself in the most sequestered part of the house that he could find. Or what's left of him.
Possibly.
Only one way to find out.
Good. I do have oil, but I don't have anything to light it up. Unless I get really, really close.
I can light it.
All right. And we're gonna Ron's gonna throw a oil on the door.
You just kind of just throw your bottle of oil at the door as it crashes and glass splatter, cracks everywhere. Oil splits across the vines as you would see them kind of writhe. And almost like, how spider webs are all connected and one web brings attention to another web, brings attention to another.
Yep.
So it's almost like an alarm system. You would see the vines almost kind of in the same way vibrate, and then another one, and then crawling all the way up, and then into the canopy of the tree, into the tree itself, as the tree shakes violently, as drifting what seems to be pollen falls off of the tree's branches. I would like for everyone to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oops.
This is against the poison condition if it matters.
$11.
22.
16 for me.
Akron got it. 13. So in this moment, as these spores not spores, but pollen kind of hits and, you try to cover your mouth, but gets into your system pretty quickly for Erebus and Aaron, and even for Dacron. As you feel kind of unsteady, uneasy. You do have the poison condition. While you're poisoned in this way, your speed is also reduced by 10 feet. As you're having a hard time, you have to kind of, just kind of make sure your balance is okay, as your sinuses are heavily inflamed. Quick chain reaction.
Ugh.
Maybe not that course of action.
Oh, the tree didn't like the oil? I don't think the tree would like to be burned. I say we light it anyway.
Go ahead.
Hold on. Since I'm not at my sheet, does the ointment that we found also cure poison?
It does.
That's what I thought.
You got 2 doses of it. It cures poison. It used to cure disease, but there's no disease anymore, so it just cures poison.
So Aaron and Erebus could take the last 2 doses and be unpoisoned, plus healed a little bit.
Aaron's not missing many hit points.
Mm-mm.
You are.
You are.
Yeah, but the poison condition doesn't hurt me that bad.
True. He could always heal himself, if need be. Up to you. Well, Dacron does offer Aaron and Erebus the salve, the ointment.
So I guess I would kind of ask him, would it be wise to use it now, or should we see if we get poisoned by what we do to this tree again? Because it would be a shame to use it, get rid of this poison, and then,
Poison.
if we,
Yeah.
exactly. If we do something to the tree and then it's like,
Fuck you.
It's true, but also fighting at half strength is also its own detriment.
Who says we're going into a fight?
I think the tree tried to warn us.
We gotta go through that door.
Okay, so I'll take some of the salve and begin to
All right.
rub it on myself.
You gotta stick it up your nose.
That's what I was
Oh.
gonna do.
Because
Yeah.
it's the you gotta get rid of the poison. So it's what is it like sticking the Vicks vapor rub in your nose? Do people do that? I think I've read that before. It sounds horrible.
Yeah, don't do that. It literally
Yep.
says it. Don't do it.
That's what I'll do. Take a fingerful up his nose.
Yeah, it is 2d8 plus 2 for each of you. So each of you rolled 2d8 plus 2.
Full health.
Aaron gets back to full. Erebus gets, I think, also back to full.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Erebus
gets 18 back.
18.
Max.
That is pretty good.
That's
And neither of you are poisoned, as Dacron now is the proud owner of a spherical jar with a couple
I
of
can do something with that.
residual. I'll make a sourdough.
I'll step forward and flick my rapier forward. Cast Prestidigitation as a shower of sparks flies at the oil. Try to light it.
Absolutely. Give me a dexterity save.
Come on. 6.
You take 5 points of damage as you do light the vines on fire. At the same time, those flaming vines reach out and grab you and pull you into them as they start choking you.
I knew I should have learned Firebolt. Little help.
And
Everyone's
so
gonna enjoy
Aaron is on the flaming vines as the wall itself starts to kind of crackle and quickly get set ablaze. It's stone, so the structure is fine, but the vines will be gone momentarily, but it is currently a very hot fire that Aaron is being pinned to by these vines.
I was gonna try to
So,
pull him out.
how
Slice
big
the
is the fire? Can I cast mine to my Preston that word?
It's way too
to,
big, way too big for that.
Okay.
It's
I
not
know,
it's not it's not a
Campfire.
Yeah.
Ralorn, Arabella, we're
It's
saying
just-
stuff.
Yeah, Roland's just gonna try to pull the
Okay.
Aaron out.
And Arabella, you said you were about to do something?
I was going to cut the vine.
Okay, so both of you can go at the same time. I'll say, Arabella, give me a sleight of hand check, and Ralorn, give me a athletics check.
16.
Okay.
Sleight of hand, sorry.
Okay, very quickly and rapidly, Aaron, just as soon as you are pulled into the wall, you kind of get that feeling in your neck and just that slam into the back of your back. You see Ralorn and Arabella just dive towards you. Ralorn grabs you, starts ripping, as Arabella starts cutting the vines as fire erupts behind you, freeing you, and thus freeing the door from the vines.
Aaron quickly gives Rellorn a hug before he lets go. But it's so quick, you might not notice it. Thank you. Thank you.
Right. Want to open that door?
Has the fire died down?
It'd be
Flames
some
burned
small
away.
embers like above the mezzanine. That would be kind of ashes would be starting to fall. But it's dying down. It's a quick burn.
Like flash.
Yeah.
All right. I will try to open the door.
The door opens for the most part pretty easily. Inside you can see stretching between two windows a massive rope of vine that is burst in between the two, which there's nothing blocking the windows except for this massive, thick, maybe 3 or 4 foot wide rope of vine between this small room. Very similar to the room across the mezzanine. Another probably supply room. You can see next to the southern window is a small pot of some sort of herb, as well as another like small statue. This area seems a little probably finer at one point. And there's a door across the way.
Looks like some sort of supply room. Probably leads to the other side. I'm surprised you didn't see it when you were exploring that side.
Oh no.
Okay, I'm gonna try and get a little bit of a run and start and try and hop over the vines.
All right, doing a jump rope. Give me an acrobatics check. Yeah, not
5.
very
Natural
non-issue.
20.
Yeah, it's perfecto. You make it look so easy. You do that double jump even, maybe, I don't know. A flip.
Do a little 180 and land on the other side.
Yeah. Half
Roll my
bow.
sword.
Yeah.
Show off.
I'll crack this door open.
Yeah, opening that door would make the creakiest noise you've heard the entire time you've been here. This loud but it would reveal also the most intact room you've seen the entire time. A large parlor/study in this main area here. You can see a pair of curtains blocks a room beyond. To the north is another door. There would be fresh flowers set up on the table, another bouquet on the desk nearby, even some odd, like some sort of ceremonial, like pipe, and some papers and a small bag of coins as well in here. It opens easily.
Oh, this is strange. There's no blood in here.
No blood. There is but like a few cobwebs. There's a layer of dust, but you can see maybe a trail of like a path that someone does frequently walk. I'm not using this door, but the northern door.
I'll walk in, and I assume everybody's following.
I don't know. What's everyone doing?
Definitely try to go to follow.
Okay. Arabella, are you doing the same thing Aaron did?
I will hop over. Yeah. Yes, please.
Give me an acrobatics check.
Okay.
Oh yeah, even better. Perfect. Even more perfect somehow.
She mimics what he does, but sticks a superhero landing at the end.
Yeah,
Exactly.
adds her own little flair to it.
Yeah.
We're gonna try to do the same thing, but maybe just to jump over it, not to like do the same thing. So I don't know.
It is.
Like,
It is still gonna.
Acrobatics is not my forte, but we'll see.
It is still gonna be in acrobatics.
I'll see if I can get a. Nope. The armor.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you trip over it and slam down into the ground as you skid across the vines. It doesn't stop you by any means, but the vines themselves do scrape against you harshly. You will take 6 points of piercing damage. As beneath the vines, you can now see tons of razor-sharp thorns. Someone roll me a d20.
So as I see Dacron, as I see him approaching, I'd like to help him. I don't know, and I'm trying to do this without like adding insult, but Dacron, can I like maybe give you a little boost over, and I kind of like put my hands together and down to where we can use me for leverage or something like that?
I will put my hand on his shoulder and I think that'll be a little unnecessary. And I'll give you a boost in the form of a bardic inspiration, and I will teleport 30 feet into the room.
That is definitely show off.
You can't see me, I'm invisible.
Yep. As
Dacron's finally had enough of us, I say. Surprised it took him so long.
He would reappear 6 seconds later.
This is a fancy place.
And then I'll just follow suit and kind of do a non-show boat, but leap over.
Yeah, it's all business here. Give me an acrobatics check.
Oh, come on. There we go. Acrobatics. And then a D4.
You may add a D8 to it.
Oh.
If you want. You don't. I can't see.
He rolled an 11, which is a failure.
Okay. Then yeah.
You're like, you go for that leap and you're like, oh well, can't mess up now. Thinking about how Dacron inspired you, like you're feeling pretty good about this. So you do not take any damage as you serviceably make it across without harm.
Just want to say that door over there leads into the hallway. Again. So what would that make this room?
See, as you say that, you would hear some quiet sobbing from beyond the curtains to the west.
Ugh, not another crying person.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. This one sounds more... I don't know, not like an ogre crying, at least. It's quiet sobbing.
I'm gonna ignore the woman crying, as you should. And I'm gonna look at the stuff on this desk over here.
Yeah, so on there, as Aaron is looking at that table, it's more of a table, not a desk. That's just a kind of like a side table. It's more of like a decorative table along the wall there. What's everyone else doing in this room? There's an empty bookcase along the southern wall. The curtains to the west, a desk right here with a bouquet of flowers on it. And there would be a nice window that looks into the courtyard as well.
I'd like to look at the desk, please.
Okay. Arabella is inspecting the desk. Erebus, Ralon, and Decron.
Well, I have been checking out a lot of windows lately, so I think I'll go check out the one you said to the courtyard.
Okay. Ralon, Decron.
I was gonna go check down there by the curtains, see if there's anything down there.
Yeah.
I guess I can follow the. We could all hear this faint sobbing.
Yeah, absolutely you can.
We'll start trying to find the source. Get a little closer in that direction.
Yeah, it looks like some nice velour curtains with some tie ropes to the side. They can easily be tied if they wanted them to. But they are shut. The shadow would be... Shadow. Sobbing would be from there. You're in shadow currently. So, for this, I'm going to say... Erebus, give me an insight. Arabella, give me an investigation. And Aaron, no roll. And Dacron and Ralor, no. Okay.
21.
So... Erebus. We'll start with you. Because yours is the quickest thing to see right off the bat. It's a window. A small window, but angled perfectly to where if you are looking out of this window, you can see the beds in the courtyard. And specifically, you can see one particular bed perfectly. And that one particular bed, bare. It's empty. Nothing is growing. Seems like this is like the best, like if you were sitting at that table or at that desk in that chair, looking out that window, you would have a great view of that particular plant bed. And it's empty.
I'm going to. Okay. I'd like to think about this just a little
Absolutely, yeah. Ponder on it. Aaron. What you would find there is just a kind of trinket of a ceremonial pipe. It's nice. Not for your standards. It's not elven in any sort of fashion. It's definitely very more like Eastern human style. But there would be a... Go check, y'all. A rolled up scroll. And looks like a map of Freedale.
Are they very old?
Yeah. But by the way things look, it seems pretty current.
Not much change.
Yeah. Or you know what? Yeah, give me an investigation check too.
Another natural 20, 27.
Yeah. Okay, so one thing would stick out. Mostly because the fox motif has come up a few times. There would be a fox symbol on this map. And it would be right by the Church of Lathander. The Temple of Lathander. That is what is on the map. The rolled up scroll you can easily identify. It is a scroll of silence.
Nice.
Arabella
Mm-hmm.
with a 16. Yes, indeed. So, seems to be mostly a writing desk. Not much in it. Some old dried bits of ink pots and quills. Very neatly organized. A little bit of floral arrangements, like floral kind of motifs here and there within the drawers. And kind of underneath one of the ink pots, just barely, is a folded note.
May I look at the note?
You absolutely can. It's clear it's been torn out of something. And it's also clear that this note has been folded and unfolded many, many times. Someone has revisited this note often. As you know, kind of like when those school origami things, I forget what they're called. The game things look like diamond kind of things.
Oh, the
And
box.
you kind of you unfold them and fold them,
Yep.
and so they get kind of worn, but they still work. So it's kind of gets those worn kind of bits. But some of this has been, the ink has been a little worn, mostly from the oils on skin and on hands kind of wears on things over time.
Mm-hmm.
So this has been held a lot. Simply reads very plainly, if anything happens to me, Günther will know how to protect the children. I believe in him, as does their father.
Mm-hmm.
And it's clearly in a woman's handwriting.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Ralorn and Dacron, you would notice as you peek through the curtains, a large bedroom, more ornate than any other. Furs on the bed. Shelves are mostly barren. In the corner stands a single sort of I knew what it was called. Yeah, a vanity. Sorry. Sits in one corner. With kind of some like perfume, and a locket kind of dangles in front of the mirror. A large chest sits open, slightly open, at the foot of the bed. A few bottles here and there on some of the shelves. Different shields kind of sitting on the walls with different iconography as well. But on the bed, you would see a faint vision of a woman sitting down sobbing. It appears to be Lady Harrow. Kneeling down beside her, looks to be this, you can't make out a face, you just this blur of a person clutching her hand. As she looks up towards you, as you open the curtain, both images just kind of poof into dust, or into smoke. There's also a green lit candle in here. And there's a door to the north. So important things of note, there's the bed with the footlocker at the bottom, a couple of shelves, and then the vanity. And there's a book open.
I'm gonna go to look at the bed and the footlocker.
Okay.
I'll take the book.
Okay.
I take the map without it disintegrating.
Yeah.
I'll take the scroll and the map.
Yeah, absolutely.
Put them both in my pouch.
The footlocker. All right, Lauren, give me a dexterity save.
I use a tactical mind.
Doesn't help you on saving throws.
Ability check, okay. And 10. And just an 11.
Right. You would see this flash of light as you take 8 points of radiant damage. As you open the chest further, Dacron, you would see this flash of light, kind of like this flashbang goes off. And Raloran, you are blinded.
Wonderful.
And 8 points of radiant damage.
Oh.
Dacron. This is Lord Harrow's kind of log and journal. More journal than log, but it's a manly journal. More fact based and but it does talk about his wife. And we'll see someone roll me a d20 for Dacron's investigation.
I rolled well, so I'm not going to.
4.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Total of a 4. It's Lord Harrow's journal. It's he seems to be very fond of his wife, his children, Freedale, and Gunther. And the servants. Like he doesn't say anything bad about anyone. Loves having visitors. Nothing sticks out as odd.
Seems like a good guy.
He's a good guy.
Hearing the bang, I'll enter the room.
So it's less of a bang, more of just a flash bang, just in the light sense.
Oh, it's only light.
But he'll probably drop the lid, so it probably does kind of drop. Yeah. So I would imagine he does. And you would see Raloran's eyes just white.
How you doing, that big guy?
Can't really see anything right now, but I suppose it'll fade out. As he literally tries to wipe his eyes.
Look at the chest that he was about to open. Does it look like it's whatever it was went off already, or is it?
Oh, it's empty.
Reset.
There's nothing in it.
Oh, there's nothing in it. I wasn't gonna even open it. I was just looking to see if it was still trapped.
Yeah, there's not even. It's not a physical trap. No physical traps here. I would say Aaron, else you would see in here does seem to be, there's the vanity behind you. That looks like a shelf with some bottles, some colorful bottles on it, and a door behind you as well.
Yeah, I'll sit at the chair and I'll look at the mirror and I'll just kind of look at myself in the mirror.
Okay.
And I know that I'm pretty beat up right now, or just kind of, been adventuring for it's been a couple days.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna spend a little bit of time and just kind of freshen up a bit.
Okay. Well, Aaron's freshening up at the mirror. What's everyone else doing?
I'm gonna be looking out at that bed, and I'd like to, I guess, I would kind of clutch that where those seeds are, and would I feel I want to go investigate it?
Yeah. Go investigate.
This
I'm not going
door-
to say you can't.
Right. Yeah. This door that's in front of me, can I I'd like to kind of put my ear up to it and see or try to hear if there are the vines moving, like that patio door.
Yeah,
from
give me a perception check. Anything from Arabella, a blind Ralorn, or Dacron?
Ronald is blind. Like I said, he probably still like trying to rub his eyes out, like trying to see. That's probably all he's doing right now.
Yeah.
Can I look at this bookshelf?
Yeah. Absolutely, you
Please.
can. The bookshelf, I will tell you right now, nothing extremely important other than probably some things on laws and some like good housekeeping sort of things, like how to best treat the servants. What's like, like a whole book on servant treatment, but like an actual like good treatment, not like, yeah, you don't need to pay them shit. It's more like, no, if you treat them kindly, they will treat you kindly, kind of thing. And if you pay them fairly, they will remember that. And if you have wealth, share it. That sort of thing. Like, it's all... It kind of... I would say from this, you would be able to tell what kind of people they are. They're not... They might be a little pretentious. Like, they probably think a little bit about themselves, but they do seem like, the Harrows do seem like they were probably genuinely caring people.
Arabella would just be looking at the book and just going through it and be like, they need to be told to do this? It's like they just didn't think that that's how you treat people? And reading it, but like thinking, being very skeptical, like very much in a commoner, being like, what the fuck about royalty type thing. Common sense in my world versus not so common in their world.
Yeah. I will say, Aaron, give me an insight check.
I'm totally, like you said, there's some bottles. I'm gonna use some of them. Just as
So the bottles are on like a different shelf, but there would be some like maybe some dry perfume. Like you might get a scent of it, but it's not there anymore. There'd be a very dry kind of puff ball thing. I don't know what women do. There's a brush. But what you would notice as you're looking at yourself in the mirror is kind of dangling in front of you is a locket that does kind of swing on its own, resting in like on a little hook on the side of the mirror that dangles on the mirror. Occasionally clicks and clatters against the glass of the mirror.
I'll reach up and unhook it. Open it up.
Yeah. It as you open it, give me an athletics check.
8.
It's stuck. You would notice a fox motif on the locket as well. It also seems very worn.
I'll use prestidigitation, try and clean the hinges a bit, and then I'll use a dagger, and I'll try and pop it open.
So it's less of the hinges are clean. The hinges are kind of broken. So it's been kind of smushed together. I'll say, if you want, you can give me another athletics check.
Does anybody like seafood? There's
What?
Do you like seafood? We had an oyster to crack.
I mean, I could probably try, but I don't really see wells right now.
I had already tossed it over to you.
It just kind of hits it in the face.
Yeah. And he's gonna try to taste that. I mean, a straight roll, so.
You just you reach around the floor until you eventually pick up the locket. It's like hard to tell what it is.
Athletics?
I'm gonna say for you, sleight of hand.
Alright.
For a very specific reason.
7.
Yeah, right. With your being blind, your hand-eye coordination, is non-existent because there is no hand-eye. It's just hand trying to figure out where you're supposed to pop it. You hear a crunk as you might have crunched it a little further.
I don't think this can be opened.
Meanwhile, Erebus, you don't hear anything at the door.
Okay, I'm gonna crack it open.
All right.
Well, I'm gonna push it or pull it, whichever way it goes.
It'll be a pull open.
Okay, I'm going to slowly pull it open.
Absolutely. As it is rapidly thrust open for you, I would like
There
a
it
dexterity saving throw. As, yes, you are greeted by vines.
With a 17.
With a 17, yeah. Quickly jumping out of the side, the vines kind of slap down onto the ground there.
I would like to, so I kind of bounce back.
Yeah.
I'm going to pull out my torch.
So it's more just they just kind of fell from the door onto the ground. They're not...
Oh, they're not like writhing or moving or anything?
No, even before they weren't writhing. They were just they fell.
Okay. I'll...
It's a hallway.
Yeah, I'm gonna move out a little bit, kind of peek. Shit, it doesn't lead that way. Ugh.
As
You've created.
As you exit the door, you can no longer see the way back. Instead, you're staring at an eyeball.
Oh. Okay.
Well, damn.
Right. I'd like to move up to the side of this window, and I'm going to like pull the drape back a little bit and kind of see what would be on the other side.
Yeah, it's the courtyard. Same thing.
And that was, it led out to that bed that you were telling me about?
Yeah, the bed's out there.
Okay.
I will say that window is also covered with vines.
Okay.
And they'll be creeping in through that window too. There is a door right north of you.
Yeah. Don't want to go alone. I'm going to... Yeah, I don't want to go that way. I'm going to attempt to make my way... Oh, geez. If I poke the eye, is it going to do something? Like open the door?
Is that what you want to do, is poke the eye?
I kind of want to, but yeah, you know what?
Let's get you.
Yeah, because it's...
It is looking right at you, and it's following you.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna touch the eyeball.
Okay. Your finger goes through the eye.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna step back and like get on my knees, kind of kneeling down on both knees, and I'm going to meditate on this for a minute.
Okay. Fair enough. Bring us back to you guys then.
Brother is still blind.
The blindness would eventually wear off. As would, I'd say at this point, your poisons would all wear off if you... And I think Dacron's the only one who's poisoned still, but... No more.
Well, we finally put the...
I'm gonna try this... Oh, go ahead.
It's like, she'd put the book back on the shelf, just shaking her head. It's like, nobles are weird.
So we know how much money we have to spend. We don't have to spend too much, and then we know we're not spending too little.
Money to spend too much.
Seems like the Harrows spent too much.
Yeah. Have you seen this house? It is way too extravagant. Especially for only a four-person family.
They spent too much on the servants, not necessarily, but also themselves.
They spent too much everywhere.
Yeah.
Well, it does seem that the house was designed as the servants as part of the family. I'm gonna try this door right here, right next to me, as I get up. I feel refreshed. I don't know if I look any better, but I feel refreshed.
As you look back at the mirror, it's all fogged over. Might hear a little crack. But yeah, the door opens easily as you're quickly greeted with the steam of a freshly poured bath. And see a freshly drawn bath there as well.
Oh, that is tempting.
Humid interior here.
Very tempting.
But a nice faucet, running water. Nice.
I'll dip my hand into the tub to check the temperature.
Okay. Give me a Constitution save. Yes, gluttons for
11.
punishment. Take 5 points of fire damage. It's freaking hot. Yep. You dip your hand in. Your like 3 fingers get like 3rd-degree burns immediately.
Oh, Jesus.
Skin just kind of sloughs off.
Oh, good thing I didn't jump in.
Ow. What? Oh my god, is that an eye in the tub?
Yep.
Ah, freaking Gunter. Bloody voyeur, that man.
Forgot to put an eye there.
I'll peek out the window.
Peek out the window. Hey. Goes to the front porch. That's where Erebus tried to go outside. Previously, the first time.
Go check it out.
I think the only thing in here is water that will hurt you.
Yeah.
Unless somebody wants to check the toilet, but I will not.
It doesn't smell bad in there. It's, it smells like a nice fresh bath.
Where's Erebus?
He's probably doing Erebus things. Dakron, did you find anything in that book you were reading?
He seems like a good guy. He really likes his family. I'm wondering if we have this backwards.
What do you
How
mean?
so?
What do you mean?
Have we seen, we're looking for Gunther. But is he trapped here? Or is Lord Harrow trapped here?
I saw a ghost spectral image of Lord Harrow.
Okay.
So that would indicate potentially that he's not here.
That helps. Yes, yes. I haven't encountered very many ghosts. Well, I did just see a ghost of Lady Harrow and someone else. And I could not identify the face was purposefully obscured? Or just...
Yeah, it almost did seem that way, yeah.
Naughty, naughty.
And then we found another eye. What do those eyes mean? Found one in Gunther's room. Found one in the basement. Pool of water.
There was
one in the hallway.
in the that ceremony room.
Yes. Eyes everywhere.
Yeah, there's eyes everywhere. No, yeah.
None of them are real. They're all visual gags.
I'll start heading toward the door. The Erebus is not in this room anymore.
You would see the door to the north open. With a vine kind of sticking to the ground.
Erebus, did you go? As I'm walking over. Erebus, did you go over there?
Erebus, you can kind of hear him through the wall. Yeah.
I went through a door and an eye shut me out.
Oh, the door's open.
Oh.
Can I see him if I step over?
Yeah, you see him kind of sitting in the hall.
Okay. I would kind of as I kneel down, I would put my hands up don't come out. Don't come out. Or come towards me, whatever.
Well, why don't you come toward me?
Yeah. Yeah, I'd stand up and start to walk towards him.
You're walking toward the eye.
Yeah. Yep. I'm
Yeah,
walking.
you can walk through. It's just an illusion. You can walk right through it.
Oh. Oh. Okay. All right. Well, it looks shut.
Yeah, absolutely, it did.
Able to walk through the eye.
Was that good for warning anyone to come into this room?
Does that just go back to where you guys already were?
It goes back, supposed to the front of the house, yeah.
So
we have a tree to kill then.
I'm sorry, can you say that again?
I said we have a tree to kill.
You want to chop the tree down?
Well, I don't want to, but if it tries to kill me.
So the eye was blocking your way, but you were able to walk through it. But it appeared as a wall?
Yes.
And
when we first came in here, and I was looking out the window, I'm getting like a gut feeling. I noticed, if you look out here, some of the beds, most of the beds have like things growing out of them, and then there is one that is bare.
There's like one spot that's like empty.
I'm wondering about the small pouch of seeds that I have. If there's a correlation.
Well, let us go check it out. I will head outside.
Okay.
Leaping over the thing again.
I'm not gonna make you guys roll for it again. Yeah, you guys head outside as the mushrooms kind of pulse. A little bit of a glow, almost welcoming you.
Aaron, your idea is to chop down the tree?
No, I just assume that it will probably try to kill us. So we will probably have to kill it.
And then let me go in front if it tries anything.
You're within its reach now, anyways.
I'll pull my shirt up over my nose.
Yeah, and I'm gonna like fasten my mask around my face. Kind of tighten it down. And then I'm going to head over. Can't see. Where was the empty? I'm gonna head over to where the empty spot was.
Okay. It would have been directly kind of across the way from there. It'd be over there. Perfect viewpoint.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna head that way. Very cautiously of like all these vines and whatnot.
Yeah, most of them are clinging to the walls or the tree itself.
And then I'll. Oh, go ahead, bud.
No, I was just gonna say I was following you, and giving you light, be able to see.
Yeah, I'm going to kneel down in front of the empty spot, and how many seeds do I have in that pouch?
Of these old dried seeds?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
The small pouch of seeds.
I'm gonna put half of them in there. Let's say that.
I'll say you have 3.
Okay, I will put 2. And so I kneel down, kind of cup the soil back a little bit, put a couple in there.
Okay.
You know what you do for seeds.
Yeah.
I look up to Aaron, and I have no idea if this is gonna work, but I don't know. And then I'll just kind of put a little bit of my flask of water just to give it a little bit of water.
Okay. As you add the water, you hear this hissing noise, as if it's melting whatever's there. And the water starts to bubble, turn this kind of viscous coloration, or viscous kind of texture, before seeping into the soil.
So Aaron, I don't know, maybe bad seeds?
They're very old and dried.
Yeah.
Almost seems like it was bad water. Like this place rejects it.
Oh.
You know they used to bury bodies in gardens, right?
If anybody would know that, it would be you.
I was just thinking it's the only bare patch of garden there. And we've already gotten a little message saying that the stone is buried with him, or lays with him.
So should I dig in that spot? See what's...
Wouldn't there be body
is this place like bare, or can I
there's
see
plants
if there's
around it, but this spot is bare.
Is there any remnants of like leaves or petals or something of what used to be there that I could tell what?
Give me a nature check.
There. $23.
With the 23, you can't tell what was there, but what you can tell is looking at the soil compared to the other soils. This soil's fallow. It's
right,
barren.
That was the soil. It is the soil. Yes.
Like, it's the most horrible soil you've ever seen. Like, you've witnessed, some families dealt with some blights and here and there on vineyards. This is on a scale. It's very localized, and the ground itself is just kind of... You can tell just the coloration, the texture is different than the rest. It's barren. You're never going to be able to grow anything here ever.
And something has poisoned this part of the ground.
Somebody's poisoned the water hole.
If this place is the mirror of what it is like on our side, then perhaps we found the holy soil where they grew the wolfsbane. But on this side it is harrowed? I don't remember the word.
Harrowed. Because
desecrated, hollowed, desecrated.
On holy ground.
Is there any wolfsbane growing around?
Not that you see, no.
I think you are onto something, Dacron.
Mm-hmm.
For curiosity, is there anything buried in there, Erebus?
I'll kneel back down and kind of scoop out, a few big handfuls. Just dig in.
Sure. Erebus, give me a strength saving throw.
Okay. Page will load. Well, can I just roll a d20 and subtract? Because it's not loading.
Absolutely, you can. It's still +1, actually, but yeah.
Okay.
Because you're proficient with saves.
Hey.
Yeah, with a 19. As you start to kind of pull some of the soil away. You go in for a next scoop, and as you go to pull, something tries to pull your hand down, as if it kind of like sinks extra. You quickly pull your hand away, as it took a moment. It wasn't necessarily the quickness of it; it was something was forcefully trying to drag you into the mud.
With that, and knowing how that water kind of had some sort of reaction, I'm gonna try some of the water that I got in that room. The where there was like that briefcase, it had the tools in it, and I pulled out. We assumed, I don't know,
the holy
quote
water.
Unquote. Yeah.
Yeah, you can use holy water if you want.
Okay, well, that was not convincing, so I'm going to not do that. Oh no. Okay, I'll jut up.
I do think you're thinking too hard on this. It's a patch of fallow ground. It's dead. Let the dead lie.
Yeah,
unless they're moving.
After that, I'd move on. So we got mushrooms and tree. Those are the other items of interest.
Yeah, that's really about it. Although you guys did kind of, Aaron, you weren't there, but they have seen these mushrooms. They saw a few of them below. Dacron said they might be some sort of Underdark variation. Who knows? But really, it's just the tree, but...
I'll use my rapier, and I'll kind of hold it out in front, shining light on the tree. I'm going to do a little circle, looking at it, seeing what's going on with the tree.
You see all the little knots and gnarls, and it's old. It's still living.
Is there like a placard or any kind of writing or at the base anywhere?
Give me an investigation check.
19.
What you would notice, no placard or anything, but underneath one of the roots that has overgrown is a trowel that is half buried. Handle worn smooth from years of use. Looks like it had been frequently used, maybe even more recently than that. But what you recognize, the small trowel, or spade more actually, does the dried mud and soil doesn't match what's around here. It reminds you of grave soil. It doesn't match what's in the courtyard either.
So there's another patch of ground somewhere. Did anybody come across anything in the basement? Any ground that maybe looked like it was dug up?
Yeah.
No, Billy, the basement was
made of was solid stone. There was a what would you call it? Like a cistern?
Yeah, a cistern.
Of water.
Let's say you do know where some graves are not too far from the Harrow House.
Was that through the mist? Or through the fog?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Was that his next logical step? I'll pick up the shovel and I'll give it to Relorn.
Okay.
We might be needing this.
Would you?
A little trowel. Like a trowel kind of spade thing.
Oh, okay.
Trowel's more smoother, whereas a spade's more of a digger. It's half and half.
What do you want me to do with this?
Well, I think we are pretty much done exploring around the house. So I think the next step is to venture into the fog. We do know of some graves not too far away, at least on the other side.
But shouldn't we do this ritual thing that we've been finding stuff on?
We can always come back. Hopefully. It does look like there is a different kind of dirt on the shovel. So it was used somewhere else and brought back here. So I assume that we can also come back.
Possibly. I mean, I suppose we could try. Just walk down, as he points out, walk down there.
Herbis, are you coming?
Yeah, I am restarting my game. I'm having issues. I'm following suit.
All right, and let's go through the fog. Hopefully nothing happens.
I will follow Relorn.
All right. Yeah. As you step down into the pathway, you can see all along the side of the house, all above you, the glowing lights kind of peeking through the curtains here and there, mostly all in darkness. A little bit of rustle from the trees and the leaves, but mostly this massive wall of fog and mist. How do you proceed?
Definitely go down.
I'll stand next to Relorn and shed some light.
Okay.
Do you know where we're going? I'm not too sure where that
Yes, there was a small cemetery over this way. And I head that direction. I don't remember which way it was, but Aaron does.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys venture into the fog together.
Together.
Yeah, everyone together.
As you take your first few steps, slightly disorienting, much like stepping into a early morning fog, you can still kind of tell that your comrades are by you. No worries at all. Still feel the ground beneath you, as expected, the pathway. You take a few more steps. You would feel the ground kind of shift. The fog start to darken. You would instinctually kind of reach out for one of your fellows nearby. They're not around. As you think to even call out or perhaps try and do anything to get rid of the fog, or maybe run forward, run backwards. I would like everyone to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom.
18.
Yay, 9.
18.
Natural 20.
Aye.
Very nice. Well, it's not bad. You would find yourselves quickly not turned around even. But at the front steps of the house together. As Arabella, Dacron, and Aaron will take 1 point of psychic damage. Ralorn and Erebus take 3. And as that stinging sensation in your brain is like, well, this isn't right. And there you are. Oh. The front door right there. Realizing Harrow House won't let you leave.
Well, that answers that question. It is back on our side.
I think we need to do the ritual thingy and appear to have failed before.
I think we have everything we need. As long as what we have works, that is.
Well, we can gather and discuss, take some time and figure out all the information we have.
Yeah.
We have more items than we need for the ritual. We just have to figure out what. What goes together.
As you guys head back in, what room are you going to go to discuss?
I was thinking we just head to that ceremony room right away. Well, the big bowl.
Gunther's room?
No.
Yeah, this one.
Dacron's in the bowl, yeah.
Fair enough. As you make your way up, discussing what you have, what you need, what will happen, the order of operations, and this ritual that could happen. That's where we'll take our little 5-10 minute break to see if the ritual does work, and if it is what is needed to let the house let you go, to make the house let you go. Yes. So stay tuned, stick around, folks. We'll be back. All right, folks. Welcome back to it. Last we left off, our troop looked all throughout Harrow House, found everything they could, and then even tried to leave Harrow House. But the house said no. Going through the mist, they were brought right back to the front door, thinking the only way to leave might be to do this ritual. This ritual of separation. So they started to head up to the ritual space that Gunther had originally made for himself to separate the Harrows from the shadow mark that they had upon themselves. And that's where we're going to pick up. As you guys were kind of like making your way up, talking about the different possibilities, how the ritual itself, etc., etc.
We need to find anchors. The intent, witness, innocence, and trust. There's 4 of them. For witness, we have the servant's logbook. Intent, we have the Reynard Fox statue, for intent of protection. The children's picture for innocence.
Wait, what statue?
And I just have it in my notes.
Statue was really
The one that was in the garden.
Oh, that's a big statue.
Yeah, we can't really lift that up.
Okay, we don't have that. So I don't know what we have for intent then. But then for trust, we have the guest book from the guest chambers. Unless
there's that last book that we don't know exactly what's in there because I have a good roll on it, so
you know exactly what's in there. It was Lord Harrow talking about how much he loved his family.
Okay.
That's what's in it. You don't know what you rolled on.
I think we have 3 good ones for witness, innocence, and trust. But I do not know if we have anything for intent.
Well, what is our intent? Our intent is not to protect. Our intent is to leave.
The original spell was to
separate.
Yes, the separation of the shadows from the Harrows. So this ritual has to be slightly modified since the Harrows are no longer here. So do we want to remove the shadows from us? Or maybe the shadows from the house? So if we're trying to remove the shadows from us, then maybe these items, these anchors, need to be more personal to us.
But none of us bear the mark of the shadow. But I don't think that's what the mark is, but that is what he was alluding to with his research. I don't know that we are bound to the shadow. We're just caught in this trap.
So if we cleanse the house, then hopefully that will work for us too. So I think that witness, the logbook of the servants, that is a lot of happenings throughout the house. I think that is a good witness.
Just the house.
The children's pictures of the drawings. There were little children, innocent, in the house. And the guest book for trust in the house. I mean, that is... You can't get me more trustworthy than to allow somebody to stay in the guest room. Yes. It's just intent.
I have an idea, but I don't even know if I know that this item exists. Did you show us the map that you found?
Yes, here. It's a map of Freedale.
Is the Harrow House... Well, the Harrow's house
Yeah, the Harrow estate is absolutely on it.
Yes, and I did see that there's a little icon of a fox right here. So I was thinking of maybe checking that out when we got back.
Is there any other fox icons on this map?
No.
I only saw the one.
I have a feeling we've already found what this fox icon was referring to.
Which was?
The Sunstone Orb. If they were entrusted with both pieces of the... Maybe not entrusted, just in possession of. One was buried with someone, and the other was entrusted to the church.
Does that location line up? Because that was in the church. You said this was near the church, right?
No.
We'll have to see.
I don't know. Maybe that marks the graveyard.
Symbolism of the bookmark.
I think the fox represents more than... Well, I think the fox was co-opted into the heraldry of this house. But perhaps it stood for something else before.
Intent could always be the notes of Gunter.
Could also use that Slayer's kit, because our intent is to end this, but that might be a little on the nose.
I think that the fox bookmark, does that might work?
Yeah.
For intent?
Oui.
Suppose it could.
It's a symbolism of Reynard. The Reynard's intention is to protect, right? To watch over the family, or to that degree, somewhat.
I don't know much about magic. What's the worst that can happen if we fail?
A lot.
The worst that could happen. I think
I have lost my hair many a time.
So I will also ask, like, what is your intent? Like the original intention of and Aaron, you would know this. The original intention was to get the shadow, the mark of shadow out of essentially the Lady Harrow and the children. So draw that out of them. Sever that connection, kind of. It's intended for severing those kind of connections with people. What is your intention?
We're trying to sever the connection with the house, with the shadows, right?
Yes.
Ooh, we have a trowel with grave dirt. Does that mean anything? Can we do anything with that?
I mean, if we slightly alter the intent to be protection from the shadows, then I think that the Reynard might still work. Instead
None
of
of us have
severing
Harrow,
protection. Or
This is
if we're
also
trying to
completely
sever a
confusing.
connection, then maybe we throw, a dagger or something sharp in there?
Hmm. Hmm. My concern is that we've got things that matter to people whom we do not know, who are no longer here, who are no longer going to be, I guess, technically a part of the spell. The house is an object, so it doesn't have feelings. So my question is would this even work the way that we're doing it? Because
I'm not even sure if the spell worked the right way the first time.
Yeah.
So the thing is, all we found is not things that might help us out.
What was your objects again?
The servant's logbook for witness, children's picture for innocence, and then the guest book from the guest room for trust, and then I think we're still struggling for intent.
And I would say you would know that these objects matter to the subject of separation. Whatever that would be.
Okay.
Not necessarily the ones that you picked out, but the ritual objects, like as described, would be objects that's kind of attuned to the subjects of the ritual. That would be the way Gunther would put it. So not necessarily just symbols of trust or symbols of innocence or symbols of people witnessing things or symbol of someone's intention to do X, Y, Z, but more specific, less generic. Not to say that any of what you have is wrong, just so you know. Specificity. Specification.
Okay.
Intent could be anything. Depending what.
Well, let's, we can just try these items and see what the worst that happens, and we gain more information that way.
I suppose.
Yeah, sure.
Aaron will direct how to start the ritual, and
yeah, and so it would kind of tell you to place items in a circle, or or a square kind of arrangement around the circle, which is already there. And then next step would be to speak aloud what each item kind of represents. And then call out the subject's names 3 times. And that's the start of the ritual. And then the rest is mostly focusing and trying to break the will through these objects.
so Aaron will place the 4 items down, and he'll raise his rapier and kind of walk to each of the items in a circle, and he'll touch his rapier to each item as he passes it. He'll touch the bookmark. So this is the intent of protection over the shadows around the house. I invoke the spirits of Reynard to protect. It goes to the servant's logbook. This is the witness of a history throughout the house. Go to the picture of the innocent children who roams the halls throughout the house. And I go to the guest book of trust to keep the house pristine as they left it, as they trusted the guest to treat their house as their own. And then we all say the name of the Harrow House 3 times. Harrow House, Harrow House, Harrow House.
I'm going to say, Aaron, give me a performance check.
Is anybody assisting me with this?
And is everyone else calling out the name Harrow House?
Yeah. Yeah, we're all going to do that.
Well, I don't know unless you say so.
Do I get advantage?
Sure. You don't, sure.
It didn't matter. 16.
With the 16, as you go through this process, there's a stillness for a moment. Stillness is broken by a faint whisper of a breeze that flows through the halls. A breath, lightly. You hear a creaking of wood. But nothing else happens.
I don't think that the anchors were strong enough.
Did any of the items react in any way? Or just... No.
would say they all reacted equally, which is barely. Like just that the light would have flickered on them ever so lightly. Equally.
Right.
So, what does that mean? Does it mean that you asked for the wrong thing, or that the objects were wrong, or?
Well, it means
Sorry,
we did not get very much information from that at all. Other than it did not work.
Okay.
It would seem...
all of the items reacted equally, so it seems like they are all wrong, maybe?
I would say... one person can give me an insight check into how that went. One person. You guys say who.
Someone with a...
Nope, don't metagame that bullshit. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Nominate who you think should be it, based on your personality. You don't do it, I will. Aaron, give me an insight check.
Okay.
Natural 20, 24.
Yeah. It's a ritual of separation. A ritual of protection would be something else. So you're asking for the wrong thing.
Yeah, so yeah, well, we are back to square one. We need all new items.
We need new items.
Or just new intent.
Okay, so
Actually, your clues are this. It's a ritual of severance or separation that was intended to separate Lady Harrow and the children from their mark of shadow.
so what happened to Lord Harrow?
Lord Harrow was not inflicted with shadow. You guys didn't find out what happened to Lord Harrow. That was part of a story that you did not uncover. Unfortunately. But it would say Dacron and Ralorn did see Lady Harrow crying. And there was I would say a figure kneeling, I don't want to say manly, but not overtly, not manly in the way like Ralorn is, just manly in the way like a normal man is.
It was a male silhouette.
A male silhouette was kneeling at Lady Harrow's feet, consoling her.
He already died trying to protect the family.
Well, someone was buried with something, so stands to reason it could have been him.
There was 4 skeletons in the basement. I just assume it was 4 skeletons for the 4 family members. Let's say that's probably not the case. Maybe. Trying to separate the shadow from...
There's a key here.
I know there's a key.
The mark is the key. We found that out a while ago.
I use all my brain cells up in my job.
Erebus, give me an Arcana check. Okay. One with shadows. Shadows. Places can be consumed by shadows, yes. But places are only consumed by shadows by the people and creatures that make it that way.
So I feel like someone has or is tainted this place.
Said what I said.
Maybe the ritual did work, and we need to sever Gunter's protection. He thought he was protecting them, but all he did was banish them to the shadows. Or to this place. Not necessarily the shadows. But he was led astray anyway. So maybe it worked. We just need to undo Gunter's work.
Are we just trying to undo his 4 anchors then? What were his 4 anchors?
Oh, he didn't write it down.
We can just do 4 things. We can do the things that are meant to him. We can use the grave dirt, because our intent is to finally let Lady Harrow and her family rest. The servant, but I mean, I guess the servant's journal still works because they talked a lot about Gunter. We have a note where he wrote, it's been told many times that the family trusted Gunter.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe the child's drawn, like, it still has us using things we've already used. Harrow's journal, he talked about trusting, like, Gunter.
It was more just that he liked him.
I guess if we were targeting Lady Harrow, we could use Lord Harrow's journal.
I showed you how to do the ritual. You want to try it this time?
What are the odds that mark on the map of Freedale is the resting place of Lord Harrow?
I would think it is a possibility, but probably low. I would think that he is in the cemetery on the Harrow estate.
Make no sense if he was on the Harrow estate.
Yes, but if he was protecting something, if he was buried with something, perhaps he has a plot here on the Harrow estate, but his true remains are in a place of safekeeping.
That could be likely.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to try those 4 items? By all means.
Do we want to undo Gunter's protection? Do we think this is Lord Harrow's protection? Who do we want to go for?
Gunter is the one who did this spell initially.
Right. We do. I don't know. Things are iffy.
I will give you one more hint. Do you remember what the items were called in the ritual?
Items of absolution.
So we want to absolve Gunter from what he did.
So basically, we need to give him forgiveness or closure.
Trust. Trust.
As you're talking, you would hear scratches from the tree at the windows, nails on a chalkboard kind of sound against the glass there. Or occasionally kind of like the fingernails click-clacking. Hate that thing that people do on the internet now.
ASMR.
That's not ASMR. That's some bullshit. I know what ASMR is. That's not it.
I don't. I just knew it was called that.
Thoughts, prayers, questions?
Okay, above. Innocence. Intent. Trust. Protection. If we're trying to absolve Gunter,
Probably maybe do the ritual as it should have been done. If he failed or if he did not fail, we don't know.
I would say make a list of all the possible items. Like look at your inventory of possible items of absolution. Quote unquote inventory. And write them down. So you can think with each other instead of in your own heads. You're stronger as a group. And it is that the Planet of the Apes. Apes stronger together.
I only knew of the items that we already tried.
All right, so write those down. Write those down. Right, type them out in the chat.
I already have them written down.
Type them out in the chat. I'm not saying write them down for your personal self. I'm saying write them down so everyone can see. So you guys can work together on this instead of in your own personal log. And talk about it. Instead of sitting here trying to figure out a puzzle in silence.
Got the seeds. Lady Harrow.
Just lay out all the possible things. And then you have to tie those things to trust, innocence, witness, and intention, or intent. And there were a few more things. As a seed, maybe.
And maybe the locket, if we can open it.
Locket's broken, you're not opening it.
Okay.
The ritual book itself. Is that what you're saying? You can speak these things out loud. No talkie, only typey. Brain brokey.
If we're to absolve him, yeah, book is probably a really good contender.
I was just thinking that no, that won't work. Oh, look. Children's picture.
Well, though, what were you thinking? At this point, I don't think there's any bad deeds.
Well, let's get this. What'd you guys get in the last rooms?
Look at there was the instructional books. There was the Miss Lord Harrow's personal journal, where he was all gung ho about everyone. Note about Gunter being able to protect the children from Lady Harrow that he kept, which obviously did mean something to him. Didn't find anything in that room. There was another note in the library, in the personal study, from...
That note would definitely be trust, I think. Because they trusted him.
Yeah, I'm just going.
There was the note that Dacron found in the couch. Under the spider webs. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, maybe.
That's what was found in the... I'm looking at what was found in the memory wing. That's what I called it. And that's also where you found the bookmark. And the painting.
Oh.
And one page load up.
Absolve Gunter. Trust would definitely, I think, would definitely be that note where it says that he can protect the children. Witness. I want to be. Could still be the servant's journal.
Well, it didn't cost me anything to try to do the ritual, so if we have an idea, but I don't think it would hurt to try it.
But here's, I think, everything you guys kind of mentioned. I'll put it in Discord for Zach, too. Is that right? The seeds, the servant's logbook / journal, children's drawing, the children's diary, the ritual book, the Lady Harrow's note that she trusts Gunter's journal / note that was talking about keeping the house alive, and the fox bookmark.
Yeah.
So
You just need...
The seeds are about trusting his intent is true, so that could be intent.
There was also a note with the seeds.
Yeah, there was that note from Lady Harrow.
Do you remember what the note said with the seeds?
It was... I'm not sure if it was, I hope his intentions are true, or I know that I'm pretty certain there was intentions and true in the little note.
I think it was like, you know what to do with this.
Yeah.
Or something
Oh,
like
when
that.
we first got it, you'll know what to do with this when the time is right or something.
Yeah. Yep.
Lady Harrow, the ghost of Lady Harrow, said the whole intentions to be true.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, she did say that. Yeah. And you saw her put what looked to be seeds in a bag.
Yes. The children's drawing, viewing, Gunter, an employee of their parents as a part of the family, that's innocent if anything. Children's diary, mentioning the Shadow Man, but I'm not sure how that could be anything because it says that not even Gunter could protect them from the Shadow Man.
The intent is definitely the ritual book. He's just trying to save them with a ritual.
We'll say the ritual book doesn't have any personal notes in it, but it does have the process. It has a lot of other mundane house rituals in it too.
And trust. The trust of Lady Harrow to protect her family, to protect her children. Gunter's journals note, that could be protection. His idea of protecting the past was to preserve the house, keep it alive. I feel like we're just going in circles.
Yeah, let's just try something.
To choose.
So,
what do you want for trust?
Trust probably definitely, I would say. Huh? Go ahead.
Children's drawing.
For trust?
Well, they were holding hands, right?
They were.
No, maybe.
Yeah, we can try.
What were you gonna say?
The note that I trusted Gunter to protect the children.
Yeah. Let's go with that. I mean, it said trust.
It is the most explicit one.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Lady Harrow's note for trust. Potentially the children's drawing for innocence. I reckon the seeds for intent. You know, the whole knowing when to do it, or the note that came with the seeds.
Yeah.
The whole I trust his intentions to be true, if you want to be literal about it. Now, as for a witness, I reckon we just go right back to the servant's logbook. Other thing that we did find was the head, I can't remember what you said that they were, but like the head servant's logbook. It was a couple of sessions ago where he was the first person who Like, he started talking to shadows. That could also, I reckon, be a thing of witness. If we want to use another example of witness. He was basically...
That'd be good, because he's the first one that saw the shadows, so...
They were the master at arms, but also pit servant.
Master of arms.
And then let's try it with those.
There was only one item of absolution per subject. So the Master at Arms journal or the Servant's journal?
Master of Arms. We haven't tried that one.
Okay.
Unless other people have objections.
No.
No.
Okay, so for trust, you're putting Lady Harrow's note. For innocence, you're putting the children's drawing. For the witness, you're putting the Master at Arms journal. And for the intent, you're putting the bag of seeds. Is that right?
Yeah. Yes.
I think
okay.
So.
Right, so you place those kind of in a squares around the circle.
Aaron?
Aaron?
Bueller. I think I heard a cat. Don't know. Aaron said he tried it already.
Oh, fine. Okay, so we're basically trying to absolve or convince the house or whatever is holding us here that Gunther is absolved of his guilt. Okay. What did we have to do for the... So, what was the exact wording for the...
So he kind of explained what each item represented as he walked around in a circle.
Yeah. Okay.
And then he chanted Harrow House 3 times.
So the object or the subject that we are trying to use the spell for is Gunther. So we would chant Gunther's name, I think.
Yep.
And
the items.
Okay, so the items.
Didn't we have to forgive?
My God, I'm just...
No? What?
No, I thought I don't know.
Okay. for the seeds. From the lady who believed his intentions could only be true. The drawing made by a child who saw him as not only a teacher, but as a companion and a family member. The journal of the the head servant.
Yeah,
that's
right.
Same thing.
Whatever.
The same. Yeah, 2 titles.
Head servant who witnessed the lengths that this man went to protect the family he cared for, and to the note of the lady who trusted him with the protection of her family and her children. And then we say Gunther's name 3 times.
Yep.
I'm not magic.
I got you.
Gunther.
Yeah. I mean, it's so like saying Bloody Mary,
Yeah.
like it's the same premise. It's not necessarily the eloquence of it. It's just that you say it. But as you do say Gunther, that same stillness is broken by another wind, a breath. As if the house breathes. There's a moment where it exhales. At least it seems to. You hear the groaning, creaking of every single floorboard, every bit of the wall. You can almost hear and feel the stones cracking and settling or unsettling. The sound of the windows bracing is around you, seeping through the floorboards, seeping through the bricks, seeping through the windows, seeping through the ceiling. Shadows, strings of shadows start to kind of pool and pour in. They twist together, kind of rise up, slowly at first, before rapidly expanding in the form of a shadowy humanoid figure. The shadows drop to the ground. Stripped of these shadows, still clinging to his feet, you see emaciated, gaunt, terrifying, also somewhat sad. There is a look of recognition, a look of intrigue, and a look of hatred and confusion all at once. Not wearing fancy robes, but tattered cloth, gold-trimmed kind of headdress, probably keeping his jaw together. Sharp fangs. This is not the man you've seen in these pictures, but you do see the resemblance. And it's a lot to take in the split second that he appears. And as he does, as he takes in you, failed them. And you can almost see him reach out as shadows drip from his gnarled fingernail claws as he gets ready to strike.
This is why I don't mess with magic.
And that's where we're going to end tonight. As Gunter's here. And he's gonna try to kill you. We'll go and roll initiative now if you guys want. Because that's what we're going to do whenever you come back. But that is where we're going to end tonight. And we will pick up there next time as we're rolling really good initiatives. With however this ritual goes on. And I will say a little tidbit. During this, these objects around would also be faintly glowing that same illumination as the central circle. But we'll deal with Gunther next time, folks. Thanks so much for watching. And we will see you next time. Night, Internet.
Night, Internet.
Later.